Hi everybody, I am Dave Lieber and I'm here with Tyler Cox, good friend of mine. And Tyler, thank you so much for recording the audiobook, Amon the Ultimate Texan, to go with my play. You did a fantastic job portraying Amon Carter.
You're very kind. It was a blast to do, you know, just having a chance to dive into that history of Fort Worth and what Amon Carter meant to this community. It was just an absolute joy.
And what's so perfect about this man doing Amon Carter on my audiobook is Amon Carter started WBAP radio in 1922, and your connection to WBAP radio is?
1992. So when I started working at BAP then, and we converted it from country music into news talk. There were folks back then who said that Amon Carter would be turning over in his grave the fact that we were making it a political news talk radio station, but it worked. It worked, and it's still working today. It was just one of the highlights of my career of having been a part of that radio station over the last several decades, and the chance to then portray this character, this real life character, in an audiobook with what he brought and what he founded at WBAP was, you know, just a sort of coming full circle all the way. You know, when I went to work there back in 1992, in a frame on the wall, when it's still on the wall at the radio station today, is a full-page clipping from Fort Worth Star-Telegram special edition that was released back in the, I guess it was in the 40s, that told the story of how WBAP was established. And he said, we'll spend about $300, and when that's gone, we're out of the radio business. And it kind of worked out.
So if you've enjoyed the programs on WBAP Radio 820 AM over the years, you know, Tyler is responsible for a lot of it because he was in charge. And now you're an amateur actor. You retired to Central Texas. You're living in the Hill Country.
Living in the Hill Country.
You just did a show where you played Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson.
I played Dr. Watson in a Sherlock Holmes comedy. We described it as Monty Python does Sherlock Holmes. It was very slapstick and very irreverent, and it was just a lot of fun. But my community theater stuff began right here at Artisan, where we're sitting here at Artisan Center Theater in Hearst. And again, there's that connection of everything coming back full circle. How your play is getting its premiere here, and we're here today to talk about the play being launched, the audiobook being launched. It's just all a nice little package.
And we have an actor named Kelvin Dilks who's playing Amon Carter in this theater. This play opens up May 9th. It runs 11 performances for the month of May at artisanct.com. Please get tickets. But you played the audiobook part, so you interpreted him from an audio point of view while Kelvin is doing this theatrical. What was your impression of Amon Carter as you began to play him in my book? How did you feel about him?
Well, it was a little intimidating at first, I got to tell you, because again, this is a man who obviously I never knew, passed away when I was a child. Guess I'm that old. But never knew him, never heard him, but certainly knew of his legacy and what he meant to the Star-Telegram, to BAP Radio, to what was then BAP Television. And I didn't want to make him a caricature. I certainly wanted to try to reflect a style of speaking that reflected Texas without, again, being a caricature, without being over the top. And I just had a sense of, you know, having read Jerry Fleming's book, having read the book that you've, of course, written, that this was a man who was larger than life. And so I wanted to sort of bring that perspective to it. It was fascinating, and it is fascinating now getting the chance to hear Kelvin's take on it, because we have slightly different approaches, different voices for one thing. He gets to add the visual effect into it, you know, with the arched eyebrows and the hand gestures, like I'm doing now, that you really can't translate into an audiobook. And so the spoken word had to carry those emotions and those feelings throughout that. Took a few retakes from time to time to get it just right.
We had fun.
It was a blast. You know, I'm sitting there in my studio at home, and I've got you in my ear from your home, and I'm reading along and doing a sentence or two, and you'd go, can we try? Oh, sure, yeah, let's try that again. So it made the whole process really fascinating.
I'm glad you got to meet Tyler Cox, because he's one of the most important figures in radio broadcast history here in Dallas-Fort Worth over the last quarter century, and a lot of programming that you've enjoyed has come under his purview and his management. So it's great. Thank you so much for helping us bring Amon Carter back to life, because you did a really great job. The audiobook will be out soon. Amon the Ultimate Texan, artisanct.com for tickets to the play. Thanks, my man.
Thank you. That was very awkward. Let's try that again.
All right, let's do a high five.
There we go.
Thanks.